Feature Friday.
The freshest. Anyway, so this is Amit Trivedi and Mame, I think, in the Coke Studios, and is you've been wanting to for us to check it out.
They're singing Chaudhary.
Chaudhary.
I don't know. Go on. Apologies again.
Such a beautiful language, though. I love it.
What is that? How many strings does that
What
have?
is that? How wonderful! That's so hard to play. Where do you know which note is?
Oh, fuck, they must be taking the piss, bro. This is unreal. This is them just saying, bro, like, we need nothing. We could make music out of everything. You're all peasants. Like, if you thought you were a musician, no, you're not.
No,
look at us.
That reminds me of The Lion King. You know, the musical itself, like the Western version. There's a lot of like vocalization part of the musicality. But this was on another level, though. Like, this was... Can we watch that intro again?
Please. You know what it reminds me of?
That was so nuts!
You know, someone who was obviously very famous for doing this, in a more sort of pop, electro way, was Michael Jackson, you know. So,
oh, yeah. The percussiveness with
because he was very... he was very percussion forward. Now, we were just talking about sort of India, right? And the minor percussionists and stuff. This is obviously... emphasizes that point, right, where they look for natural instrumentalization in any form they can, with their mouth, body, whatever. So to some extent, maybe that proves your point that in folkloric music you would require it's a huge deal to have sort of minor and then maybe even vocal instrumentalization.
Indeed.
Please, could you kind of let us know the name of that
the instrument?
And also, God, because I don't want to guess, because, like, for example, it kind of looks similar. The one that is a bit circular, a lot smaller, it looks like, what the hell? Was it from Kazakhstan?
It's like a balalaika, but it's not a balalaika.
No, balalaika. Oh, yeah, no, it doesn't look like a balalaika. I don't know. I'm so confused nowadays.
Me too.
So I've got too much knowledge. We're actually at zero now.
Like, again, I know nothing.
Yeah.
The more you know.
No, actually, I don't have knowledge. I've just been exposed to them. But it's so hard to remember everything.
It's like, soak it up, brain. Come on, do your job. Yeah, like, where do you know the notes are? Where the notes are?
Just by Amit.
How do you know?
It looks handmade as well.
Yeah. Wow.
The vocals at the back, bro. Heavenly. Because essentially...
That man is in another galaxy. This is so fun!
That, I don't know what that is either.
जाओ जी मन दीद कराओ जी और क्यों तरसावे हो मन शकल दिखाओ जी
He's sitting down.
Bro, he's got pipes.
Crossed legs.
Bro, why is it so easy for him to sing and also look happy while doing it?
He is sitting down crossed legs. Have you ever tried to sing sitting down crossed legs? Like, what?
And he's exerting very no effort, but he's got so much resonance.
Yeah.
And depth, and again, it's that length again comes in. But then I guess this is maybe closer to what you thought.
Yes, this is more folkloric.
You find?
Yeah, definitely. Less fusion dies. Is that a word?
I don't know, but I like it.
I just made it. Thank you. Yeah, no, but it's less of a fusion of things. I think what we were hearing up to this point had been very fusioned. It had influences of folkloric music made into new genres, like the alternative edge that we heard at the beginning.
Had soul influences.
Soul influences in the previous one. We had neoclassic with Shreya, and then you know you hear all these wonderful adjustments of, but here we're getting so folk. We're getting very folkloric.
Okay, super interesting.
And this is what I was expecting right from the beginning. The reason why nothing makes sense, because this isn't even what I even thought.
So Amit, I think Amit is the singer. He also produced it and composed it.
Oh.
That's what he said at the start.
Ah.
Yeah, madness.
Señor.
Yeah, what the fuck? I don't know what the hell's going
How
on.
can there still be so much talent?
Also,
here's the thing. Yeah, by the way, I want the whole intro to be vocals. Do some. What can you do? Do a sound with your mouth.
I think also as well, like it's so it's got so much flavor.
Yeah, it does. It's like, and it's very rhythmical, and it's very. It calls for movement. It ignites. Yeah.
So probably dancing is also a huge part of
I would think so.
The industry there.
I would think so.
I don't think it'd be wild to guess that. Come on.
No, not at all.
Back home, I guess we would call that like a tambor, but we wouldn't really have both. We wouldn't really have pig skin on both sides. I don't know if you know if that's made with pig skin. I have no idea.
Probably not.
It looks different, way different.
Yeah.
But we wouldn't have both of them you wouldn't have both sides. You just have one. So I wonder what the name of this is.
Oh my god, that's such freaking rhythmicality. Wow.
The hell is that?
I love this.
How do you, dude? What the?
It literally takes me down to like a walk in the jungle. Doesn't it feel like you're like so rooted, so grounded? Human. You're so human. Every sound is so palpable. It's so in this era, day and age of electronic music, where everything it's made and from scratch from a computer, no touch of a human whatsoever. Listening to music like this brings back the reason for music. In my perspective, it reignites the passion for musicalization from nothingness. From the main core of a communication was just voice. making, creating in the most raw and natural sense ever.
How does that happen? Where, like, how do they figure out we can do this with our voice? Like, just historically, because it's common, right? And it's regional. It's in regions. It's in countries.
Well, they
obviously, like, I guess it would. My question would be, what came first, the instrument or the voice, right? And the answer would be the voice, right? Now, how the hell does that become popularized?
Well, based on my limited knowledge in music history and singing history, the vocalization, the discovery of vocalization itself started with the replication of sounds in nature.
Nature, yes.
And emulating melody and sounds from our surroundings. Most of it replicating animal sounds.
Yep.
And from there, the evolution of singing itself became a thing.
Sure.
But it's part of the.
How the hell, dude?
I don't know. God. I don't know. Gifted something. I don't know. Something ethereal.
Because we've discussed this before, where in different regions, singing has evolved to different things.
Well, different animals in different regions also create different sounds.
Sure.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
True. Excellent point.
That's insane, dude.
Excellent point. I totally agree.
That's like the invention of the wheel. Like that. How do you make such a leap?
Yeah.
Or fire. How do you make such a leap?
Well, there is this belief that humans were, we have been gifted with creation, making, creativity itself. Therefore, we could have taken
connection
the idea,
to the muse, right?
Yeah, we could have taken the initiation of replicating sounds from nature into creating our own melodies and sounds that became part of our cultures. Right. I think that's where, based on my limited knowledge
sure.
in singing history, but yeah.
I'm saying it more, not for you to have the absolute answer. I mean, well, again, we're all learning as well, but I'm also sharing it with everyone because.
But the interesting thing is how peculiar and how different it is in different sections of the world. In one country itself, the sounds are so vastly different from different regions.
I love this, because you really, where we're from, you don't really get exposed to anything.
No, not at all.
No idea. Like, and then coming here to London and stuff, and when you went to Italy and like Europe, if you're in Europe in general, you would get exposed to a bit more. But never, you don't really never take the time to be exposed to an industry for a specific period of time.
Yeah, no.
And luckily we have the privilege to do it for however long we want to. So.
But we have you to thank because without your suggestions or your inputs and incredible amount of information, we wouldn't even be sitting here to start with. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts. It opens up so many different perspectives in music, brings back the original reason why we make music as humans, and so I'm very thankful for these experiences. Cool. These are incredible moments in life.
To Amit.
Hey! What was that? I love that instrument.
Sembra sound of the timbal. With your hands.
The bass line is so heavy, isn't it? There's so much happening. They're living their best life, bro.
What the hell?
How can you not be happy?
That was awesome.
What the hell was that? Also, where the hell did he know when to come in? I feel like what? What was the cue, bro?
Dude, that arrangement was awesome. What do you call those things?
Was that in flamenco, you call them castañas?
Castañas.
Yeah.
Ah, right.
So I don't know what they're called in India.
I see.
But they're really cool.
Because I'm also noticing a lot of the instruments that we also like. For example, I found out for the first time, like in the Moroccan special, they seem to be similar.
Yeah, similar sound.
You know, melismas are obviously, but in a very individualistic way. You know, very I guess India way. You know, I guess also like the arrangements of certain stuff. You know, that's very flamenco-ish, but in a very also
completely different.
Yeah,
it's the same. I don't even know if it's the same instrument, but similar instrument used in a completely different way.
What fucking?
What the hell is that?
Rhythmically speaking, it's like the absolute complete opposite.
Yeah, well, yeah. Now, what the hell? The accentuations and the way they play it's very similar. But
perhaps it is also.
Oh my God.
You know, I guess a good message to take from it is that perhaps we're more connected than we think.
We are,
you know?
Yeah.
That's one of the things that is crazy to, like, when we did the DNA test, the circle DNA, it was like, what the fuck?
We're more alike than we ever thought.
No, it's like, dude, you have no idea. Like, the saying of one people, it's like, it's actually true.
It's so true. It is. And, you know, being exposed to wonderful music just makes you realize how... You know, how united we are in sounds and making.
And that music also has this peculiar ability also. Perhaps it has something to say about human nature.
Indeed.
Because it's something that has prevailed through humanity's conflicts and humanity's hardest times, darkest times and brightest times. Music has always prevailed and art has always prevailed. So maybe it should be a reminder for us that it's something to create unity and to unite us all through it.
And we're never complete without it.
Well, yeah, it would be a dark world, man, without music.
Indeed, and it doesn't exist yet. It explains its importance in humanity.
I always say, if aliens were to come to this world and they for some reason decided to speak to me, I would, for them to understand humanity, I would show them three things: music, arts, plastic arts, and sport. Those three things.
Let them make them judgment about humanity.
And in music, I'll include dance there, because I think those are the three things that make us uniquely what we are, because we're a complex set of people.
And not only that, but are the three things, well, the four things including dance, that represent humanity.
That's what I mean, the human experience.
Indeed.
You know,
emotion, expression, pain, grief, acceleration, elation, all in one.
Greed, pain, anger.
Yeah, indeed, all of it.
Love, compassion. You know, it's the best way to explain what the fuck a human is, because there's no way having a conversation with someone who doesn't understand humanity wouldn't make it.
Yeah,
you would fail to comprehend what they're trying. It's like trying to speak to a monkey. Best way to do is observe what they do. Right, so it'd be the same.
Yeah,
these are the four things we mainly do. I think they explain best what we are.
Indeed.
You know?
And here, be happy. Listen to this. I know, they're living their best life, man.
Hey, again.
सुना जाओ जी ओ मन गीत कराओ जी क्यों तक सावर हो ओ मन सकल दिखाओ जी हरि रब सब जानू मैं चौधरी हर दिले उन बंगा जी मैं कागज
The rock arrangement. You know, it's funny because sometimes there are some like Latin arrangements. You know, like those doubles, tutung, tutung. You know, they're so common in Latin, you know, Latin fusion music. And yeah, that sort of communication of, again, minor and major percussion, it reminds me of really of, you know, Latin music, that sort of communication. It's nowhere near close to the same genres, but that type of environment, you know, it's so peculiar, dude.
How fun! That's the only way of describing that. The energy, everybody was so visually connected with one another.
Dude, I would pay so much money to see that live.
Me too. I would love to see their connection. Like, it's so vibrant, it's so palpable. It's about them as a whole. Well,
There's so much happiness there.
It is, and it's so much fulfillment. Yeah. Wow. Wonderful indeed.
If anyone watching has ever had the opportunity to go and see this type of music live, and sort of what was that experience like? Do share it, because I love sort of reading this stuff, and I'm sure other people will also enjoy kind of, you know, maybe they're planning on doing it, and maybe you give them the little nudge to actually go.
This is wonderful stuff.
I think that would be one of the most mental experiences. Like, if I would have seen that live, I was sitting there, I think I would have puked.
But not because it was bad, but because it was so good.
Well, actually, okay, maybe wrong expression. You know how some dogs get too excited, they piss themselves?
Yes.
That's what would have happened.
Not to mark territory, but just because acceleration.
No. Yeah, here's some advice actually. If you ever encounter sort of like a tiger, right? And don't make too much eye contact. Don't do that. But remember one thing. Doesn't matter what you do. Don't give your back and run. Don't do that. That's silly. But do not piss yourself. Because if you do wee yourself, it will misinterpret the situation as the fact that you're marking territory. So you were correct.
Glad you could share that piece of information with the world.
Well, just also in this YouTube channel called How to Survive. So if I am speaking bollocks, send it to them. Not me. I am not responsible. Do not put yourself in any situation where there is a feline that's the size of you or larger.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you.
Because I'd imagine if cats were bigger, well, actually, if cats are bigger than you, they would eat you. Call them tigers. Man-eating tigers.
Okay.
But a cat... Why do even people have cats, man?
Because they're cute and weird.
They are cute, yes, fine.
They're also really weird.
But they're also so independent. They don't need you.
But if
they would murder you if they could.
Yeah, if they had a chance, they would kill you. So you're having a little murderous creature in your house under your domain. And you're like, sit. And they'll be like, hell nah.
Yeah.
It's so cute. I love cats. Never mind.